Hello traders and welcome to today's daily watch list. We're going to start by looking at the US dollar. Now the US dollar, looking at the daily, we were talking about a bearish continuation, right? And well, the last couple of days we've had, if we look at the hourly at the bottom of my screen, you can see that we've had quite a push to the upside, right? Let's calculate the push actually from the weekly lows to the weekly highs. We've had a 1.11% push to the upside, which is not a bullish momentum per se, but it is nonetheless quite bullish. But if you look at the hourly, well, if you look at the daily, we are capped to the upside by the previous level of support, now turned resistance right here. This is where sellers are positioned right now. And if we look at the hourly, right here, you can see that the DXY is creating a rising pennant, right? And this, my friends, is a reversal pattern right at the top of the bullish move. Now, if if price breaks with the 91.15, let's call it the 91.16 level, this level right here, we should have a very bearish continuation in the US dollar, right? And we are still positioned, well, we are looking for to position ourselves on the sell side of the US dollar for today's trading session. Now let's look at the Euro USD and let's see if we actually can find some good entries, right? Now, what I'm looking at here on the Euro US dollar, now if we look at the daily, yes, it's right in the middle of nowhere, but if we move this line to the previous highs, these highs right here, you can see that we are retesting this level, right? Now let's look at the 4-hour chart and let's make it big on my screen, right? Yeah, we broke with that. Let's call it a midterm bullish structure, but we are still in a very bullish move, right, on the US dollar, on the Euro USD. Why? Because we are now retesting the make it or break it zone. Now have a look at this, and this is quite a key level, as you can see here. It started here, and this was a level that buyers were protecting. Then when the Euro USD broke to the downside, this is where sellers were stepping in and eventually dropped price for about a 2.40% bearish move. Then at the retest of the 117, this is where bulls jump in into the market. Now we are in a bullish market on the Euro US dollar, right? And the break of the immediate structure, the green one, does not mean that we are in a bear market at all. This is my make it or break it level. Now, should price break with the 120 level, right, we will look for shorts. But because we are looking at selling the US dollar, I am looking at buying the Euro USD for this session. Now, entries on the hourly, let's move this line right here to these previous highs. This is a lot cleaner, right? And if you notice, we are again making somewhat of a falling wedge right here at the bottom of the bearish move. Now let's clone this just to have a look at the actual structure. Now this is the bearish structure or the pullback structure that I'm looking at, but if we look at the very end of this move, let's just change the color here. No, I'm gonna stay with the same color. We are our price is trading inside of a falling wedge, right? It's not as clear. Well, it's a wide wedge, but it's a wedge nonetheless, right? And if you look at my oscillator, right, this low, well, price keeps making lower lows, right? But the oscillator is making higher lows. So we do have a bullish divergence here at the bottom of the bearish move, and right at a very, very, very important key area. So we are going to trade the upside on the Euro USD on almost on a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio to first targets, right? To retest the zone between the weekly pivot and this previous high around the 120.70 or so, right? This should give us a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio on the first target, and we are going to hold on to that trade for a continuation higher. Why? Because well, if we look at the 4-hour chart, there is still room to rally to retest February's highs around the 122.20 or so. So yeah, this is a great trade that we are going to get on. I'm going to be sending the signal right now, and I'm going to post or place the pending order, right? Even though we are in Asian session, that's fine, but we're going to stick with that. The GBP USD, well, I am still long on the GBP USD. You already know this, and yeah, it has been quite choppy around these levels. And if you look at the point of control, the point of control on the daily has moved up. Before it was here. So this means that even though there's a big battle between buyers and sellers at this moment in time, buyers are winning the battle because volume or big volume keeps going up in levels. So, but until we break with these highs, right, the GBP USD is not going to rally. So if you are not long the GBP USD, the best market to go short on the US dollar would be the Euro USD, which is the signal that I'll be sending in a while. So the US dollar Canadian dollar still, I'm not a fan of this market, even though we keep on going lower, right? But I do want a retest of a key level before I even consider going short here. The Aussie US dollar, is still trapped inside of this range, right? And if you look at this at the 4-hour chart, this stop hunt here, this was amazing, right? Because price kept bouncing from the same level. And today or yesterday, right? Price broke with the level, right? With the lower lows of the range. Stopping out weak longs and trapping in FOMO shorts, right? So this was clearly a zone of no trade and manipulative price action that we stay out of. Now, we had this short on the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar that we moved quickly to break even because we had employment numbers out of New Zealand, right? And because of good employment numbers, I don't remember actually, but price kept on rallying. And should we had just stick with our original stop losses, we would have been stopped out at a loss. And we managed that trade correctly, and we got stopped out at break even. The US dollar Japanese yen, now we are still long from last week on half of our position, and we got stopped out at break even on this breakout trade that we had, right? I'm still looking or still considering a possible long here. But price action is too sketchy, and there's actually not a key level that price is right now retesting to go long. The pound yen keeps on rallying, and if we look at the hourly right here, this looks like a flag, right? Right at the retest of the previous. Let's make it larger, right? at the retest of the previous highs. But again, the price action here is just too sketchy, in my opinion. Why? Because this key level was broken with countless times. Well, these were retests, but now price completely broke and closed below those lows. So in the immediate time frame, this looks a little bit bearish, and I wouldn't be a buyer just yet. Now, if price retraces back to retest the 151.60 or so, maybe we will get on a long. Now, the euro yen, the euro yen retesting this key level right here, and we could actually have another long here. And to be completely honest, this setup on the euro yen is much better than the setup on the euro US dollar, right? Let's finish this by looking at gold. Well, gold retest. I mean, we were long, right? We were long right here. This is the hourly. We were long here at the breakout of these highs, and we got stopped out of break even. Why? Because we didn't get follow through on the bullish move. Eventually, price did move to the upside, but very slowly. So this right here, we could still have an opportunity to go long. Let me just delete this and this. If price retraces back to retest the 183 level. If price retraces back to the 183, we should have a great opportunity to go long and retest that 196 level that keeps on getting pounded on by sellers, right? Let's have a look at quickly look at equities. Equities are very bearish at the moment. There's absolutely nothing on the Nasdaq that I really want to do other than a real retest of this level. Like I told you before, or a couple of days ago, on Monday, I think, on my live, this is the 13,300 level is my buy zone on the Nasdaq, and this is where I will be a buyer. Now, repo, if you remember, repo keeps on rallying. I sent you guys this possible long on repo. I didn't take it because I missed the move, sadly. But I am on a Bitcoin long right here. This is the man, and I am on a Bitcoin long, taking profits for about 1.5% at the previous highs, and I'm going to let the rest of it ride. So this is today's watch list. Let's have a good day, and I'll see you around.